Hello, survivors of the apocalypse and veterans of AtomRPG. Welcome back to Trudograd. We have continued with the game and oh, what's that? Oh, that's interesting, yeah. Well, there's certainly the higher class present. Well, we've completed the exploration of the outskirts. We've talked to these gentlemen. They were actually rather kind of, we could convince the guy that we are not needed to pay the entrance fee. Well, and now we go in and through. So what is this here? There's a sign that says the inverter factory in the scrap quarter. There's a barrel here, by the way. So are we cold? No, we are actually pretty cozy and doing pretty well. There's also a person here with a snowmobile. Can we actually look at it? It would be fun to take a spin on this thing. Yeah, sure. Seems broken though. And I can see where this is going. A lean man in a tank helmet is unenthusiastically tinkering with the weird machine on skis. As we approach, we see him give the last few turns to tighten a screw, then begin loosening it again. Well, let's watch him silently for a moment. The man loosens the screw and then tightens it again, seemingly without purpose. Then he knocks gently on the machine's frame and rubs his chin as if thinking, then curses and pretends to check if the skis are properly secured. The skis are properly secured. So, it appears this guy's at a loss, huh? Let's keep watching him. After checking the skis, spitting on them and finally kicking them, the man slowly straightens up, extracts a cigarette from his pocket and turns his back to the wind to light it. When our eyes meet, he hurriedly tucks the cigarette back in his pocket. What is it? I'm working here. Oh yeah, it looks really like you're working there. Well, are you sure you're working? Because I assumed... Well, indeed, how could I not see that? Well, good luck in your noble endeavor. I'm totally for this method of fixing things, you know. However, it looks like you're just fooling about. Are you sure you're working? Because I assume... When you assume, you make an ass of you and me. You like that? I made it up myself. As for my work, one day soon, this baby will race across the wastelands again, hunting down all kinds of monsters. The man's tone suggests the only thing this baby will ever race across is the vast expanse of imagination land. Tja. Well, it looks solid enough. Why doesn't it work? Then I'll just say toodles and be on my way. Toodles. Let's be on our way, huh? Yeah, well, if you say so, who am I to argue right now? It looks solid enough. Why doesn't it work? Instead of answering, the man opens the engine compartment of the impressive fighting machine. Well, it does have a big machine gun up there, right? Well, yeah, we lean forward, but all we see inside is rust and a single lonely mouse who blinks his beady eyes at us before disappearing into the shadows. So there's at least one mouse living inside this thing, huh? Satisfied by the absence of an engine, we turn back to the mechanic. He slams the hood shut again. Well... Why is the snowmobile here if it's not working? Good question. This is how the administration keeps up Trudograd's image. Leave them here, they say, so that visitors will be stunned by our military might. Yeah, right. More like laugh, because they don't fucking work, and if they did work, when is there enough snow to use them? Almost never. It's an exercise in futility. So it's actually a sort of deterrence, huh? Well... Maybe you need someone to find you a new engine, eh? Well, hello. Hell, I don't know. Install a new engine then. I would gladly, and while we are on the subject, you can actually help me with that. Oh, is that so? For a price, huh? I'm all ears. The man lapses into a tense silence as if trying to gather his courage before speaking with gloomy determination. Get me a length of rope and a piece of soap, mate. Ordinary rope and some simple soap. That alone can save me now. Good grief. And how, may I ask, are these items going to help you? Like, are you going to build an engine out of rope and a piece of soap? I'd like to see that. How about a gun with one bullet, huh? Nah. Always go on, never even think about suicide. I don't know, man. Your request seems kind of sketchy. Rope and a piece of soap, you say? No problem. Oh no, good grief. And how, may I ask, are these items going to help you? How? They'll help me fix up this machine. Many things in my life are out of order. Oh, so many. But I found a way to fix everything once and for all. What, are you going to hang yourself while having the soap in your mouth or what? I don't know, man. Your request seems kinda sketchy. I'm not kidding, I really do need these things. Without them, my whole shit existence will continue unchanged. I'll still live in this awful city and work at the same damn place. But these items will help me fix everything. First off, this snowmobile. I'm serious. Really, I'm serious. Well, if that's what you want, then fine, I'll help. Good to hear, you won't regret this. Hey, I'll even pay you for your trouble. How does 200 rubles sound? Well, then you can pay me right now because I already have what you need. Yeah. Thank you. I'll put them to good use. Here's 200 rubles. My needs are few, so I was able to save this up without too much trouble. Well, you know, 200 rubles is 200 more than nothing. Or, hey mate, where else can you find someone to fetch you soap and rope with basically no notice? Don't you think this kind of thing should be paid better? Or, these seemingly ordinary everyday items are in high demand right now. Perhaps you'd consider adjusting my pay to reflect that? Yeah, so I think referring to the fact that we are such a good fetcher, he should pay us better, right? Alright, you win. Here's another 100. I'm sure I'll get my reward too, in heaven. Yeah, 300 rubles is more like it. You earned it. By the way, if you want to see something spectacular, come back tomorrow or the day after. I'm going to show them. I'll show them all. Well, sure. What are you planning to do? You'll see. I've already invited everyone. My ex-wife, my bosses, their neighbor who empties his trash cans under my bedroom window in the middle of the night, and my friends. I want to see them for the last time. Well, I hope we didn't, you know, make a mistake here between the fellow man. But well, sure, why not? Okay, I'll be waiting. But if you miss it for whatever reason, you have only yourself to blame. Right, well, have a nice day. Okay, so the like what? Scrap Quarter, Child Support, Kalushkin Street, Sins of the Past. What's this? Trudograd Outskirts, the owner of the hotel. The writing, yeah. The Lamb of Tartary. Strange request. The mechanic whom I brought the rope and soap told me to visit him tomorrow when he's going to demonstrate something interesting. So it's just tomorrow, okay. So now it's 1 PM. Yeah. So okay then. Well, I guess we helped him. Naturally, like information. Well, we see a man. Well, and can we actually talk a little bit? The mechanic who we provided with rope and soap looks unusually upbeat, though also a bit frantic. He waves to us. Hey, sorry, I've got a lot to do today. I also have to run some errands with this evening. Well, if you say so. I won't bother you then. Alright then. So, let's get into the city. I assume this is the way to go into the city. Oh, a cutscene. Someone is hacking wood over there. Oh, they have big buildings there. Well, that looks like Soviet land. And he's got a tall lady there. Or possibly not even a lady, but well. Aha, welcome to the map of Trudograd. Press on the available location to go there. Please note, you cannot travel between locations unless you have traveled to the exit zone of the current location. To move to another location, highlight the location and click on it with the left mouse button. The location visited thus far on the world map will be shown, as well as locations that you know about, via quest for example, but not yet visited. Note that before you could fast travel between locations, you need to visit them. Enter the unvisited locations through the neighboring locations exit zone. Okay. You can press the camping button to cook something on the barrel pit, day and night, or buy a paramech. Only day and only in the city. What is the paramech? But be careful, the mean streets of Trudograd is not the place to hang around for too long. Okay, well, scrap quarter then. Mikalich. Like, can we actually scroll this one? Oh yeah, here with the mouse button. Okay, Kolushkin Street. Now let's start with the scrap quarter over here. Mikalich. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I like the map. It's really cool. There's a cave over there. Like, why didn't we see that? Well, we don't know anything about this, huh? So this is the map. This is the maximum. Oh, interesting. A lighthouse over there. And this one here, so they... Oh yeah, they built something on top of the tenement blocks here. The Soviet tenement blocks. Well... I mean, I also like tall buildings, so... Well... Well then, so the scrap quarter, let's enter it. Let's see what we'll find. Oh, another cutscene, I'm impressed. A woman, do you understand that you're sick, Bakhtimirov? It's like my poor old mother told me, don't do unto others. Unfucking believable, since you can't win in court. Stop appearing and then just end this paranormal torture. I won't stop pursuing in court, but I'll at least leave you be in your own home. Well, the text should have been readable for a longer time there. I couldn't even read that. Naturally, only one factory building still stands. I need to interview the locals, alright. Well... What's that? Passerby. And here, are we cold? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's fine. So... Hello there, good man. Before us is a stocky, well-built man in a nice jacket. He's warming his hands over a flaming barrel. The man glances around and mutters, "Goddamn idiot of a woman." Oh, an idiot woman, huh? You are the only idiot here, idiot? No, I agree, she's a dumb idiot indeed. Who is this idiot you speak of, comrade? Yeah, let's not be unkind, we don't know the lady. Or let's call her the woman. Oh, and is he actually a flying merchant there? We see some stuff in his trunk. Who is this idiot you speak of, comrade? The man looks up, startled. What? Ah, that mutant lass over there, the one with the hooks for hands. Oh, what? Hooks for hands? He gestures at a woman marching along the street, screaming strange slogans about turnips, beets, and other equally insane things. Come on, I can't be the only one who noticed. There are so many weirdos around these days. They make up religions or pretend to be birds or whatever. It's nuts. They're turning the world into a giant fucking freak show. Yeah, well, it's not that big of a deal. Come on. People are just trying to find meaning in their lives. No? Who cares? What they turn into what? Not me. Shrug. I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's too much degeneracy nowadays, right? Well, this is probably what she would like to hear, huh? Why do you care? Let people do their thing. No? Let's say this here, I like that. It's not that big of a deal. People are just trying to find meaning in their lives. Come on, relax a bit. Meaning? What meaning? Why can't they find meaning in something normal? Like collecting stamps or playing chess or gambling their lives away on bomber gun. Like it used to be. Anyway, forget about the retard epidemic for a second. Name's Jacek Sakurov and I'm an apple merchant. Wanna try one? Unlike my political views, the prices I have here are quite liberal. Well... Okay, dazzle me with your fruity wares. Well, but firstly maybe we can talk a bit, huh? But this is a weird time and place to sell apples, Jacek. Our conversation partner looks away as if he has something to hide. Uh-huh. There's nothing weird about it. Why are people always so suspicious of me? First they spread rumors about me being a violent assassin. And they say I'm an illegal firearms dealer paying the local cops to ignore his deadly trade. But the real reason for my commercial success is easy as Turnipy. My apples are tasty and cheap. The local hobos like them and they can afford them. Treat yourself to one of my apples and you'll see I'm telling the truth. Well, now I also feel that it's really suspicious. Maybe he has prepared the apples with something. Too bad. Me and my gang of trigger-happy criminals were looking for a place to buy huge quantities of firearms and ammo. Yeah, I have a feeling where this is going. Trigger-happy, huh? The kind of guys who shoot at the least provocation like the sound of birdsong in the distance and therefore need to purchase ammo in bulk? Alright. I only keep a tiny network of customers and that's usually enough for me, but you seem like you'd make a nice addition to our family of gun nuts. Jacek leads us to his truck and shifts the crate of apples to reveal a hoard of army equipment and ammunition cases hidden beneath. We throw a furtive glance at a nearby policeman. He's seeing the exact same thing but doesn't seem at all bothered. On the contrary, he deliberately looks away. That kind of policeman, huh? Well, now that's better. Okay, let's trade. Ah, yeah. Oh, an APK. Oh, it's cut off. Like the top screen here. The automatic Kalashnikov pistol is an experimental prototype that never reached mass production. However, a few models can still be found in the wastes. +3 sequence. Okay, nice. It will increase our initiative. Additional attack modes hit with stock. Nice. That's new. Even with the regular Makarov pistol. This pistol was the Soviet Union's standard military and police sidearm from 1951 on. And the good old Nagant. The good old useless Nagant, a legendary revolver widely popular from the late 19th century right through the modern age. Yeah. Better throw that thing, huh, at someone. A reinforced guide rod made of aluminum. The heavy-duty rail helps increase bolt stability and crossbow accuracy. 8% chance to hit, 5% chance to hit with no aiming, 3% chance to hit with aimed shot, 1% to hit enemy limbs, head and eyes. -1 to shot grouping, whatever that means. +35 to weapon skill requirement. And that's this one here. Shrapnel. Oh. Shotgun round used against groups of enemies. The closer the group, the larger the damage. Oh. Yeah, that's nice. And, well, he's got tasty red apples. Well, that's really good to know. Okay, so, cool. But first, can you tell me what happened to the inverter factory? No, can do. I come here to trade, not to learn local history. Try asking some of the old-timers. Maybe they know. Okay, so be it. Could you at least answer a few general questions? Why not? Ask away. So how did you get into selling ammo? In the 90s, that was the best way to earn money. It's not like that anymore. In Trudograd, it's straight up illegal, so I exchanged my stock for fresh apples. Yeah, you heard me right. Nowadays, other than yourself, I only sell guns and ammo to a few old clients I can't bring myself to disappoint. But apples are my #1 moneymaker. Well, tell me about your trade then. It's a reliable source of income, even during the months when I only sell apples. I have good suppliers, rural grandmas with their own orchards. They sell these bad boys dirt cheap and in bulk. When I resell them, even at the low price I'm famous for, I'll still make like 400% profit. Ha! Well, that sounds pretty good. What can you tell me about Trudograd? If it weren't for a few no-good degenerates, this would be an amazing city. But unfortunately, there's a boatload of lunatics around lately. Folks say that red dot in the sky is driving people mad. The Hesperus star. Though these speculations are usually coming from people who are batshit themselves. Astrologists, astronomers, witch doctors and the like. Frauds, the lot of them. Well, you might be right there. However, there might be a grand story behind this Hesperus star, you know? But let's not shock you. So, well, how about you share an interesting rumor? Far to the north, there used to be this woman, a pre-war professor, who went all the way off the rails a few months back. People started calling her Mania the Mad, because she was constantly annoying everyone with her terrible screams. Oh, my skull, it's cracking open, it's going to burst, call a doctor. Naturally, nobody did. Instead, everyone made fun of her. They joked that because of her pre-war university education, her brain got too big for her skull. But a few days ago, some locals found her dead in her flat. The back of her head was completely obliterated, her brain gone, and the bowl of her skull was filled with thousands of tiny, wriggling white worms. Weird shit, huh? Oh yeah, that's indeed horrific. Who knows what escaped out of that skull, huh? Well, but I think we also heard enough, huh? So, we get back to you if we need anything, but many thanks, or need to go for now. And that's passerby. Hello there, sir. Can we talk? Nice to meet you. Unfortunately, I must leave. Okay. Oh, there's another lady here. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and A turnip in the hand is worth 2 beats in the field. Well, at least she looks good looking. She appears to be good looking, but she doesn't seem to be too smart. Oh my goodness, what's... Oh! That is a mutant, huh? We see a short, stocky woman with signs of mutation and fetal alcohol syndrome on her cheery face. She's marching up and down the snowy street, screaming out colorful slogans. When we come closer, she stops and smiles with unadulterated joy. Master, would you deign to answer a question from this loathsome, crippled wench? Well, I mean, we don't want to be unkind, right? So why not? Would you say that a lowly peasant stands before you? A perverted she-beast, an alcoholic whore and thieving bitch? A fucking degenerate hobo? Huh? Would you say that I look like someone who agreed to fuck a mutated aunt for a glass of murky hooch? Would you? Well, those are pretty dirty words in your mouth. Come, let me give you some soap for your mouth to wash out that filth, right? Well, actually, yes, that is word for word exactly what I would say. I don't know, maybe is it really that bad as you described? I like this one here. Oh my, I would never say such things. Whatever it is you're selling, I don't want it. That depends, who's asking. Yeah, actually this here, that depends. Yeah, it depends indeed on a number of factors, actually. Who is actually asking and what do you offer? You have turnips, okay. So it depends, who's asking? What? Just answer the question. Jeez, would you say I'm a filthy degenerate, a hobo humping slobo bitch? There's a nice twist coming, I promise. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Is it really that bad as you described? No, but actually no. I think actually like we would never talk like that about anybody. No. There are always, you know, more civilized and smarter things to say the same thing. I would never say such things. So, pleasantly surprised, she blushes like a schoolgirl. After getting her bearings, she loudly clears her throat and continues. Oh my, what a pleasant, well-mannered young person you are. Thank you very much from the depths of my black, violated alcoholic soul. Yes, you heard that right, alcoholic, for even though you see me as a beautiful, innocent youth. Well, she has grey hair, huh? I used to be all those things I said, but do you know why I'm no longer degenerate? Do you know what my secret is? Let me guess. Is it turnips? We recall what the woman was chanting as we approached. I don't know, but I have a feeling you're gonna tell me. No offense, but I'm not fucking interested. It's the DTs, right? Rummy? Intellect, since you appear to be some kind of a crazed street preacher, I assume the answer lies in the sermon or fable relating some quasi-religious self-help mumbo-jumbo. I think that's also probably going in the right direction, like turnips, right? So her recipe is turnips. Chewing turnips. But by the way, guys and girls out there, I heard that from a friend during studies. And his grandmother, so this guy had, like, you can't believe it, he had the nicest white teeth, and his grandmother told him that you need to chew on raw turnips. No, sorry, onions. No, I'm mixing something up. It wasn't turnips, like onions. Okay, well. But anyway, so maybe, you know, don't know. I don't give any guarantees, of course. And also, I personally, when I did that, I got stomach problems. Because, like, of course I tried that, and who doesn't want to have, like, really, really white teeth? But, yeah, not sure. Do tell if you know if that works. For me it didn't really. But well, so let me guess, it's turnips, huh? Correctamundo, turnips. Turnips like these beauties right here. The woman whips her hands out of her pockets and we instinctively jump back. Both her hands have been amputated, or rather chopped off and replaced with rusty iron hooks. A dirty, rotten turnip is impaled on each hook. Ugh. Rotten? Each of these root vegetables starts its journey deep underground in mud, muck, and, God forbid, manure. However, there always comes a day when a caring farmer digs his turnips out and shows them to the morning sun. Reminds you of us humans, doesn't it? No matter how low we sink, there's always a way out. Right? Right? Well, you know. But some people start well off and fall from grace later in their lives. How do your turnip fables explain that? Yeah, that's actually the appropriate thing to say. Yeah, thinking of our intelligence. But well, okay, maybe. What do you want me to do about it? I see, that was the lightning. Oh, look at the time. I've got to skedaddle. Bye-bye. Cheerio. Oh, that makes zero sense. Let's talk about something else. Your hook hands, for example. Sounds great, but the same could be said about potatoes and beets. Now, let's follow our brain, right? But some people start well off and fall from grace later on in life. Pike off. Think you're a smart guy, eh? Listen to this white-hot analogy. Sometimes turnips, after being gathered in the field and washed, fall from the truck into dirty ditches on the way to market. Truly, thus are the people who fall from grace after years of glory. Verily, they should follow the turnip to escape their fate. There, why the odd silence? Beat got your tongue? Well, okay, maybe. What do you want me to do about it? I see, that was enlightening. Oh, look at the time. I've got to skedaddle. Yeah. That doesn't make... Yeah, no, indeed, it doesn't make sense. Let's talk about something else. Your hook hands, for example. It makes a ton of sense. It's called life philosophy, and it's saved billions of lives. But if my mutilated hands are what you want to talk about, fine. I already finished my sermon after all. You are now my disciple. Or are we? Well, I guess then, in that case, we can't really say no, huh? So that was the sermon, eh? Maybe you could answer a few questions then. Ah, ahem. How did you lose your arms exactly? That's it? Is your religion really that bad, or are you just a lousy missionary? I see. Hey, do you happen to know where the inverter factory went? Well, it's an honor, but I gotta go now. No. Ahem. How did you lose your arms exactly? Personality. Meh, I lost my left paw in Borizobat, the walking city. I lost my right one because of love. Love? Well, what's the story about love you mentioned? Like, I mean, if love is mentioned, then, you know, you have immediately our 100% attention. For a few years, I traveled with another mutie named Grignor Gurbolak. His mutation was an enlarged cranium, and he thought himself very smart. One of the theories his huge head came up with was that soon people would start using old-timey subway tokens as cash. Ridiculous, right? But I was young and naive and knee-deep in love gunk, so I decided to give him a little present. Found an old subway station, stuck my hand into a rusty token dispenser to grab a handful or two for my mate. Little did I know these things were built like a fucking tank and full of moving parts. My hand got jammed inside, but good. Oh good, oh goodness, you poor thing. And then you got stuck and couldn't get out, right? And then you chopped it off. When my skin began to turn blue, Grignor decided to chop it off with an axe, and, well, he did. Oh goodness. Well, why didn't they... Oh my goodness, yeah, that's really horrible. But why they could have taken that thing apart, like, from the backside or something. Well... Okay, sure. So what's Borizobat? Far away from here in a radioactive desert, a city juts up from the land like a rotten tooth. The Dead City, they call it. After it was nuked during the war, people abandoned the place in two waves. First the good, turnip-fearing people left, women, children, old folks, hard-working men, government officials. Then another wave of people left the city. These were criminals, marauders, fanatics. They banded together into a huge migrating horde and called themselves Borizobat, the Walking City, after their leader Boris Hayar. I joined them for a few months, but when they caught me stealing sunflower seeds, they lopped my arm off without any kind of due process and exiled me. Oh, that's really horrible. But I like the idea of the walking city. Like the, you know? Like there's even a romantic aspect to it, the walking city. So like the whole community walks. Yeah. Well, that was very interesting. So that's how it went down. Anyway, let's change the subject. We can talk about whatever you like, O disciple of mine. Yeah, well. How did you come to worship the humble turnip? Oh, it's a normal religion, no worse than any other. One time I was lying in a ditch after a drunken brawl when Turna, the turnip goddess missionaries, descended upon me like angels. They got me on my feet, cleaned me up, told me the fable I shared with you, gave me a nice booklet, and left. I unfortunately vomited some half-digested beets straight into Father Turnip's face. Oh. Well, you probably... well... back then you didn't have so much style, huh? But well... I was so ashamed of myself. Even when his ugly mug was dripping with beet-flavored vomit, he still smiled. He looked upon me with pity and nothing more. He whispered, "It's time for you to see the sun, Gurgula, my little turnip." Oh shit, now I've revealed my true name to Normie. Don't tell anyone, okay? Well, Gurgula. Anywho, maybe they have temples and sacrificial altars hidden away somewhere. I don't know, and I don't want to know. I just want to share their wisdom with others and keep them clean of sin. Turnip, turnip, all hail the mighty turnip. Death to beets. The beet is a sin. Destroy it wherever it takes root. Well, yeah. Hail turnip. Maybe you could answer a few of my other questions. Okay, I'm in. Maybe talking will warm me up. So, is your name really Gurgula? I already told you, yes. This is my awakened mutant kin name. And what do you do for a living? I beg for change and espouse the way of turnip to the locals. Maybe one day I convert enough people, the missionaries will return for me, but we can discuss that on another occasion. Aha, what can you tell me about this fine city? It's not that bad. Want to hear my motto? Life in Trudograd turned me into an alcoholic hobo prostitute, but my hands are lost elsewhere. What I mean by this is that there are worse places in the world. Yeah, there's some wisdom there, that's for sure. Well, and do you have any rumors to share? People say that up north the winters have become so harsh, there's snow on the ground right through summer. You can feel the colder temperatures even as far south as Trudograd. Yeah. We noticed that. Well, okay, then let's talk about even something else. Listen, can you tell me where the inverter factory went? The factory from before the war? Turner knows, but not her humble servant. I was blackout drunk the year that place disappeared. I was so fucked up I wouldn't have noticed if Trudograd herself had vanished. Okay, well, so you certainly have a history there, huh? A history with the city. Nothing useful, just like always. We shake our head and leave. Well, I mean, it wasn't totally useless, huh? So, well, and looking at the time, we actually, like that was... I'm gonna put an iron shirt and chase Beetroot out of Earth. Oh, there's a sign here. What is that? Oh, that's Trudograd, a city map. Well, that doesn't seem to be too helpful here. I'm right over here, and there. Well. Yeah. Okay, well. Oh, wooden cable. Oh, are we actually cold? Yeah, a bit. And what's that? Cable. Cable reel, okay. That is empty, so this seems to be all industrialized here. Oh, there's someone. Let's check this one out. Oh yeah, there's someone. He's got a guitar. Log. Electrical tape. Aurora Dzerzhinskaya 1. Black gold of Benzodar. What could that be? Let's save the game. Actually, can just take that. Okay. Well, let's read this. Among the endless... sorry. What is that? The first book of 5 in the series of describing the daring adventures of Aurora Dzerzhinskaya. Okay, well, let's read that. Among the endless deserts lies the fortress city of Benzodar. The sky above is pierced by hundreds of oil towers, and the minarets are smothered in the foul smoke erupting from the refineries. The city is exquisite, but its palaces are ringed by dire slums. Lush gardens, behind the high walls of which fountains splash and naked dancers delight the eyes of the rich, stand next to low dens where beggars dream, huffing gasoline fumes through soiled rags. Benzodar's riches rose from a railway line and a fleet of diesel locomotives that survived the war, feeding the ruined cities of the USSR with precious liquid fuel. There was some turmoil at the station just now. An old engine of peeling blue began to pick up speed, hauling a dozen tanks and one passenger car. The fuel tanks are destined for the glorious city of Leninsky, and the passenger car an escort of 24 soldiers from the same city were grimly checking and rechecking their rifles and machine guns. The detachment's commander, Kuzma Petrovich, gloomily paced the carriage, watching the wilted vegetable gardens and endless fences sweep past. He felt uneasy. More and more fortified raider vehicles, marked with black insignia, could be seen around Benzodar every day. The men, within burned villages and settlements, turning the inhabitants into slaves. When they felt bold, they also attacked trains, capturing entire locomotives to sell on the southern markets. In addition to this, his unrest was fed by superstition. Right before the train's departure, 2 black cats crossed the rails in opposite directions. The commander shared this fact with the young commissar who accompanied him, Aurora Dzerzhinskaya. However, she merely shrugged. The girl did not believe in omens. She placed her faith in her saber, her aged revolver, her belt weighted with grenades, and her red leather jacket. According to Aurora, this was more than enough to not give a damn about any ominous augury. The train swept past the machine gun towers and out of Benzodar. As the last shacks dwindled in the distance, they rolled into a naked, sun-scorched expanse of desert. The soldiers kept their weapons tensely at the ready. For the whole day, the watch strained their eyes from atop the locomotive, but saw nothing but sand and the rare camel. The train kept rolling. At the end of the second day, as the sands were replaced by steppe and the salt wind began to hint they were close to the sea, everyone exhaled in relief. "We will soon reach the border posts near Trudograd. Once there, the devil himself could not harm us," the soldiers assured each other. However, their confidence was premature. The next morning, just as dawn lit the grim steppe, the sentries on the last carriage raised the alarm. The commander and the commissar climbed up to the roof to join the men and raised binoculars to weary eyes. At first, they could discern nothing apart from the usual dust clouds on the horizon, but a moment later a dozen UAZ vehicles emerged one by one from the haze. Above each of them fluttered an insignia, black as an old slick, and the hoods were decorated with sun-bleached bull skulls. "You know what's the same about us and Lenin in his mausoleum? We're both stuck for a good long time," Kuzma Petrovich said, and ordered his men to prepare for battle. "Read more on the second entry in the series, Blood and Gasoline." Well, that could be like a Mad Max thing. So, let's see. He actually, does he need that? No, possibly not. There's also a logger. Well, and by the way, I wanted to check something. So, now that we are standing here in the warmth and we have some stuff, I was actually thinking, oh, we have the rope, by the way. So I wanted to make a crossbow. I love the crossbow so much, right? So here, the wooden crossbow. Ah, we have a number of bandanas and stuff, right? Where are they? Like here, this one bandana, and 2 of those, but they are not the The babushka scarf down there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the wooden one. Oh, no. Okay, here, this one. Yeah, the babushka scarf. Oh, the babushka scarf. Well, it is a rare commodity then. Okay, so I guess... we are not going to make anything here. Yeah, it's very sad. And this one? Oh well, we could make the zip gun, but there's no need, actually. The shovel? We don't have the shovel grip. Yeah. Okay, well. And well, we could actually make a boom glove. Oh, and the knife. Ah, yeah, okay, now we need the here the toolbox. We already saw a toolbox, but it was super expensive, and well, it didn't seem to be such a good idea to do it. Okay, well then, so let's talk to this guy as the last thing in this episode. Hello there, good man. A shaggy, unshaven big guy sets down his bottle of hooch and glances at us gaily. "I got health to you, bud." "You too. Hey, could you answer some questions?" Well, let's look at this collection of empty bottles. "Hey, what's the occasion?" The man chuckles and runs a broad hand through his unkempt hair. "Why do you think every drinking binge needs a reason?" "Well, I don't know. Wouldn't hurt, I guess." "So you're an alcoholic, huh?" "Yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't hurt, I guess." "Good for you if you think like that, but I don't need one. I don't need a reason no more." The big guy leans back and a satisfied smile appears on his face. "Because my whole life is one damn party and I'm not even being ironic right now." "Oh yeah? Well, can I ask you something else?" "I can answer some questions, if they are good enough." "Well, what's your name, big guy, for starters?" "Nikiforov. Simply Nikiforov. No first name, let's leave it at that." "Why? Where did you lose your name?" "Well, if I know, it just faded away from lack of use, I guess." The man shrugs, lifts his glass and makes a silent toast to something or someone. That was actually a good answer. "Well, and what do you do for a living?" "I'm drinking here, but I also work on the docks unloading cargo. It's just that there's not much work in the winter. Winters now are not what they used to be back in the day. Not many ship captains risk traveling the sea this time of the year." "Aha. Well, then you don't have too much work right now, huh? Tell me more about Trudograd." "What can I tell you about Trudograd? It's not a city at all. It's a hive or an anthill. Everyone's running around, carrying shit, eating shit, stealing shit. It ain't no city. It's no hive either. If you think about it, it's a fucking garbage dump." "Oh, so you had some bad experiences, huh? And did you hear anything of interest lately?" "Yeah, I did. Did you know the Apple salesman in this very quarter is actually a contract killer? I don't want to slander the guy, but I guess I already did. Damn it." "Well, no worries. I'm sure you don't have to hear anything from them." Yeah, but well, you don't say. Okay, let's change the subject now. Nikiforov drinks some hooch from his murky glass, nodding as he does. "So can you tell me where the local factory went?" "Ask my neighbor instead. During the night he stays at my place, but during the day he and his wife are out looking for heroes, and with damn good reason. Go and talk to him." "For heroes? Well, that sounds like something that we can provide. Huh? Okay, I'll go and talk to him." Is that your guitar there? Oh! By the way, so I feel that... here, let me just save the game. I feel the sound... How didn't I change that? I changed that before last time. Like, for what is the FX? Put it like that. Because I personally I can barely hear it. Can we actually... Are there more sliders? No. Aha. That's a bit better, huh? So, I mean, he's got some stuff there. Pre-war vodka. Well, let's... sideboard here. A log. As you go through here. Oh, yeah, okay, so there are some people. Oh, yeah, here. Now I know what's meant by the expression, you can never go home again. Uh-huh. Oh, a man arguing with a woman. Ah! And they are the two, huh? So let's go get out of here. Just a second, let's be polite and close this door there. Well then, so, and, well, that sounds actually interesting. And also there's a guy with a big backpack, or rather a gal. Oh. We should talk to them all. And that we shall, however, in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I'm glad the game didn't crash, which is also bad because I wanted to send the report to AtomTeam. But instead, Battlestar Galactica just crashed, which just messed up the whole episode. That's just typical, isn't it? But well, so AtomTeam, if you're watching this, it will take a moment longer because we didn't have any crashes, and I thought that, well, if so, then you want a fresh one, right? So, anyway, many thanks for watching. I hope you guys found this one entertaining. I certainly did. I also like the reading. And, well, all these interesting characters here. Oh, what's that? That looks like the medic. The Caduceus is an ancient symbol of medicine. Oh, yeah. Well, and that's a lady. Is that a lady or with the trench coat? Oh, you and I need to discuss something. We love people coming to visit our city. Okay, thank you so much. Well, see you around then. Maybe we'll have a drink together or something at some point. Yeah, let's stand here and then it looks like we are just a heavy smoker or something. Well, or at least we occupy the space of this other heavy smoker who's smoking here usually. And then he might, you know, he might be so irritated that he forgets to smoke and then he lives a few days longer. Which would be appropriate for us being heroes who help people, right? Alright then, so many thanks for watching. We are ending the episode here. If you like this one, please do click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, so never ever miss an episode again. Hit the bell for that purpose. And if you want to share any thoughts, feelings, tips and tricks, or anything else that's on your mind, please do so in the comment section. You know you're always welcome. See you next time. Bye-bye.